300 people live in this makeshift camp in Ivory Coast. These refugees fled jihadist violence from neighbouring Burkina Faso. Since it started in 2015, more than 2,000 people have been killed. 1.5 million people have fled the country. Attacks became especially murderous in recent months. Late January, soldiers overthrew President Roch-Marc Christian Kabore, who was widely unpopular for his handling of the insurgency.
What pushed us to come here are these people who came to us, people we don't know. They move around all the time. We are scared. That's why we came the first time. Afterwards, some of them returned to our village. We followed them and carried on with our life. But they started to kill people. We were afraid, fled again, and came back here.
More than 6,000 people left southern Burkina in recent months. Here, they feel safe, with Ivorian forces nearby.
The difference is that there are no soldiers here. But when we arrived here, the Ivorian military came to see us. They reassured us. They tell us that they are there, and sometimes they come to give us donations.
Many receive help from local villagers, often relatives or close friends. Some families even live spread across the border. But leaving home meant leaving behind their belongings and crops. As the months go by, it is becoming harder and harder to find food for everyone.
We found a house, but the problem is food. The money we brought with us has run out. Now I have nothing. Now that we have a house for ourselves, we are going to stay here because we can't go back home until the war is over.
Ivory Coast's government and the UN High Commission for Refugees give food handouts. But with more and more arrivals knocking on the door for help, there is too little aid to go around. Ash fell from the sky and killed the potato crop when Mount Nyiragongo erupted in May last year. You can see the volcano from John Nakazeye's house in Kasheke, in the east of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, 10 kilometers from regional hub Goma. It is an ever-present threat to his livelihood.
Ash from Nyiragongo falls here regularly on my field. Look at how my crops are destroyed. I don't know if I will have much of a harvest. I invested in this field to provide for my family, but because of the Nyiragongo eruption, I will have nothing, and I have not received any help.
There is ash everywhere, even in the drinking water tanks. Villagers live in constant fear of another eruption. The Goma Volcano Observatory measured intense volcanic activity in the region since the beginning of the year. Now, a lake of lava has formed in the crater.
There
is already a permanent lake on the volcano, and we are going to experience a situation where the lava lake will continue to build up inside until it reaches a critical level. At the moment, the level is still low, but it is there in the central crater. This is clear information.
But authorities haven't raised alert levels yet. The observatory is installing other seismometers to monitor the situation more closely.
I am leveling the seismometer. The seismometer is the sensor that records earthquakes. When there are vibrations in the ground, it will be recorded by the seismometer here, which has to send the signal from these cables here to the device that we call a recorder.
The volcano erupted on May 22nd last year. 30 people were killed and several hundred houses destroyed. Many people fled over the nearby border to Rwanda. As the experts keep watch, residents wait, fearing the worst for the next outburst. Evodi Nyiragongo is not an environmental activist, but upgrading his motorcycle taxi to an electric one made him a champion of Rwanda's fight against climate change. He now visits this garage in the capital Kigali regularly to recharge his batteries.
The reason I switched to an electric motorbike is because I wanted to avoid fuel costs, which are always rising, and also the costs of going to the garage all the time. With an electric motorbike, I don't have to make as many trips to the garage.
The firm responsible for revamping his bike, Rwanda Electric Motors, has converted around 80 motorcycle taxis. It has also developed 200 brand new electric bikes in Kigali. For CEO Donald Kabanda, the long-term affordability of electric vehicles makes the switch a no-brainer.
One battery can cover up to 60 kilometers and it costs 900 francs. And if you compare it with 1 liter of petrol that costs above 1,100 francs, it covers only 35 kilometers. So if you compare economically, there is an advantage for the riders.
While the project has clear economic incentives, electric vehicles are environmentally friendly. The bikes help reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Rwanda's government and the UN jointly fund the revamping in a bid to reduce local carbon dioxide emissions by 16% by 2030. Last year, authorities dropped import taxes on electric and hybrid vehicles, but they are too expensive for most people here. Green motorbike taxis, the main public transport in Kigali, may be a better alternative.